All right, here we are, southeast coast of Cornwall today. I'm back from Bermuda for good, and what better way to get into the fishing than a nice wet day on the Kaboat. Yeah, trying some lures for the odd winter bass potentially, or a wrasse. Sun's coming through now a bit, but yeah, I don't know what it's going to be like out there. I mean, it has been blowing a bit, so it might just be a case of sticking real close to shore and seeing what I can pick up. But I'm not going to waste any more time. Let's get out there. Well, this ain't a nice way to start the day. Clute full of water. Yeah, maybe I should invest in some waders. Probably help a bit, wouldn't it? All right, I apologise if the audio isn't great today. There is a bit of wind, and yeah, I can really feel it out here now. I'm right sandwiched in between the mainland, that's Hannaford there, and the island here, and wind coming from the northwest over here. So I've got a nice bit of shelter from the land, but still, it's actually kicking up quite a bit here. And you know, this is when traditional SIB has an advantage. It would ride through this stuff no problem. You know, a 3.5 to 4 meter SIB is going to make light work of these conditions, in my experience. But the Kaboat, on the other hand, although it was very easy to set up, I'm now getting a little bit more wet than I would in a SIB, just because it sits that bit lower to the water. It really is just off the water there. So when you've got a little bit of wind sea like this, just get a little bit of splash. And yeah, I got a bit of a wet arm, but I got my waterproofs on, so I'll stay dry underneath. But yeah, it's wind's pushing us through this gap here, so it'd be a nice drift for working some soft lures, I think. Let's take a look at what I've got with me today. Just put you down there. Right, so I am using my all-time favourite rod at the moment, the Tailwalk boat game. It's such a nice light rod with a 3000 pen battle, and this is quite a light setup, 15-pound braid, you know, nice and direct, don't need to go too heavy. And then the magical fish, crazy paddle tail. This lure is killer, especially around here, a really good lure. And all I'm going to do is I'm just going to give it a little cast downwind, so that as I drift towards it, I'm getting a bit closer. And if you cast upwind or up tide and you're dragging lure, I find it a lot harder to get a nice natural flow to it. I'm in quite shallow water here, so I'll be able to feel for any little knocks, whether that be kelp or fish. So, yeah, water clarity is okay for this time of year. Certainly could be a lot worse, but you know, in the summer it really is amazing here, just looking down through the kelp forests. So yeah, do a couple drifts like this, see if I can pick up a bass, maybe a wrasse. Yeah, just nice to be back doing this sort of fishing. Guys, I'm into a fish here, and thought it was a snag at first. That's always a good sign. You think you're in a snag when it turns out to be a fish. What it could be, it's fighting pretty hard. You can be. It looks like my drag. Oh, it's a wrasse. Yeah, it's a nice ballon wrasse, guys. There we go. This one's really brown, actually. Really sort of dull colours, which is unusual for a wrasse. They're usually a little bit more colourful, but it's almost like a carp. There we go. Alright, same drift, and I'm in again. Could be another wrasse, this. Just felt it tap, tap, tap. There's a bit of weight to it, mine. Really wasn't biting much, but yeah, it's an awesome wrasse. Tiny bites, and yeah, there you go, that's more like it. Oh. He's going, he's about to show off now. Just woken up. Oh, this is fun. Wrasse fishing with light gear. Yeah, there we go. That's what I'm going to show you. A bit more colours on this one. And again, nailed that crazy paddle tail. Beautiful blue turquoise colours to the fins there. So when I'm doing this sort of inshore fishing, I really like to travel light, and I only bring one box of lures with me. I thought I'd give you a little look with that box now. So we've got a couple of black minnows here in the 120mm size with the 18g head. I think it's got the search combo there. And then we've got a whole stack of crazy paddle tails there in the 15g 120mm bodies and the 20g 150mm bodies. So a lighter and a heavier lure. That is all I need for this sort of venue, for this sort of fishing. I know that will catch me fish here, and I don't really need anything else. I've got a couple of surface poppers and metals on the other side there, but I'm not going to use them today. It's just what's left in the box. So yeah, with one lure box, and basically I've just got a bunch of spares. So like, I've already gone through 2 crazy paddle tails today. The wrasse just shred them. So I've gone through 2, and then I've got a whole bunch of spares that I can fall back to, and just a couple different colour variations. I don't know how much of an effect the colour has, because I catch on all the colours here, but I like the blues and the greens. But yeah, it's just nice to have a couple, mix things up a bit. Alright guys, I'm into a much better stamp of fish here. It's actually turning the boat around. Oh, it's a pig of a wrasse. Oh, nice. The wrasse fishing is on fire today. This one's a beauty. Really shallow water, so I can't really let them run too much. But you know, this light attack is still fun. This is quite nice. Well, didn't do that. Get the fish out of the water, and then it's got all the energy. Get the hook out first. Hook flying around as well as a fish. Alright. Yeah, look at that. Enough 3/4 wrasse. Wind's picking up, but this one's good. Lovely. Happy with that. Well, I'm trying not to film a whole lot right now just because of the wind, and appreciate the audio is probably not very good, but I've just caught this stunning wrasse that I have to show you. Its colours on it are really quite nice compared to the other ones that I've been catching today. Funny, these fish, they're proper lively when you take them out of the water. Alright, come on, come on for the camera. Look at that. Oh well, the rain's starting to come in now, which, you know, ain't particularly nice, but I've been wearing this, so I don't get the badge in. Been wearing this Ridgeline gear recently. I bought it mainly for the shore fishing, really, just because I like the thought of something that was, you know, nice and waterproof and comfortable to wear. And yeah, it's very practical clothing. Brought it out on the SIB with me today, well, the Kaboat, and it's holding up all right actually. I take a few waves over the side on the way out, and yeah, it's holding up all right. In nice and close, no more than half a mile from shore. So really, if anything did go wrong, I'd actually be able to swim that. And I've got the paddles as well, if anything were to happen with the engine. So it's always nice, and I mean, I don't want to say relaxing when it's like this, because it isn't quite relaxing with this sort of weather, but there's you know, there's not too many stresses this sort of fishing, and it seems to be quite productive so far. So yeah, I'm really enjoying that. Really nice to be back. I've only got another sort of hour and a half or two before I'll head back up before the water drops too low. But yeah, hopefully I'd like to pick up a bass before I do that. Alright, just drifted off the edge of the reef there, and I was just sort of playing with the lure on the sand, and well, second species of the day, we have a bass. I am happy. It's been raining, horrible weather, and I was persistent. I thought, well, I'll move in a minute, get a bit of shelter, give you guys some better audio quality, and yeah, playing on the edge of the reef in the sand. A bass. Is he going to come on? There we go, only a little schoolie, mind. Only a little schoolie. That's what I came out for. That's what I got. I am so happy, even though I'm wet and cold. I'm so happy right now. Had a really good session on the balance so far. It's been amazing. Actually, I'll put the lure away then, but I might have another plot. Amazing session on the balance wrasse. That's just been, you know, a fish and drift really, and decent fish as well. I think I've had one maybe around 3.5 pounds today, so yeah, not bad at all on the light gear. So yeah, nice to get the bass. Wow, it's amazing how calm it is and settled inside here out of the wind. It's like being on a different coast completely. I just thought I'd make the most of the outgoing here and fish around these rocks. Yeah, we've got the whole of this estuary behind me here. The whole of this one emptying out now. So yeah, a bit of coloured water. A lot of current as well. I mean, current is the big one that you're after, I think. Yeah, I thought I'd just have a little go in here, see if I could find anything. I got to head in soon because the tide is racing out now, and well, there won't be any water at the slipway if I'm not careful. Well, there we go. Made it back to the slipway just in the nick of time. Literally just about to go onto the mud there. So yeah, what a nice little session that was. Literally 3 hours out there today over the start of the ebb. Really didn't know what I was going to be in for, but the wrasse fishing was fantastic today. I've lost count how many I had. Must have been an 8 or 9 wrasse and a bass. What a good way to come back to Cornwall. Yeah, there's going to be seeing a lot more of this on the Maelstrom products Kaboat behind me there, doing more shore fishing and hopefully moving on to something a bit bigger that I can get out and do a bit more, you know, more full-on fishing. So yeah, great to be back. Keep an eye out for the next video. Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already done so, and leave the video a like. If you have a comment, it all really helps the channel. All right guys, cheers, see you in the next one.